It's really difficult when you live 3 miles out of town without a car. It's even more difficult when you have family visiting, and it's even more difficult when you're finally building the art studio in your back garden that you've been waiting 3 years to build. So I guess we got to start at the beginning with this one. We're going to go back to May 3rd when I was rear-ended in our Mazda 2. This doesn't look like a lot of damage, but it actually bent the frame of the Mazda and it messed up the exhaust, and according to our insurance provider, the car was a write-off. We actually loved this car so much, so saying goodbye to it was really difficult, but we didn't really have much of a choice. In addition to the vehicle buyout that we were going to eventually be offered, we were offered a one-time £250 buyout instead of a rental car. And because we have the van, and because we're building this studio, we thought we'll suffer with only the van for a couple of days and we'll find a replacement car pretty quickly. Or so we thought. About to pick up my dad from the airport, and I decided to take myself through the car wash because this thing has yet to be cleaned, and I know my dad's going to appreciate it. I mean, he doesn't care if he's driving in a messy vehicle, but we got this van 4 months ago. 6 months. We had this for 6 months? Jesus. And it's still dirty. So we're gonna clean that now. Apparently, the dirt was the only thing that was holding the car together, because shortly after the car wash, and less than 45 minutes away from Gatwick Airport, I broke down on the side of the M3. A new alternator and a new belt.
Yeah.
Real.
Right, they're passing the job back to the AA because we've got a process of elimination. We've got to let them know where you live and where it's going to.
Okay.
I've just got to wait for them to.
Where is the alternator belt?
See that bit there? It's meant to be on there, but it's not. It's gone the other side.
Okay.
So it's forcing the pulley up against the chassis.
That's the last time I take a car through a car wash. It's not an ideal way to spend a day, but if the car had to break down, it's sunny. My dad took it quite well, and he decided he was going to sort his own transport out to get to Dorchester, which is a town that's only 30 minutes away from where we live, rendering my entire trip up completely pointless in the first place. But you know what they say, hindsight is 20/20. Is that what they say? I don't know, that's what I just said. Anyway, I got myself some sushi, got myself a matcha latte from Starbucks. I don't even like Starbucks. And then I bought myself a book, and I sat in the sunshine and made the most of the time I had, because I was really forced to just slow down while I was waiting for, you know, the second or third truck that they sent to help me. So don't get the cheapest one because they're prone to fail.
Yeah. Starline aren't very good, are they?
So like
The Lucas is a good mate. Lucas is one of the best you can get.
After these guys left, another person from AA came. So the other guy said I needed a new alternator and a new belt.
So this is your alternator here.
And he said that I could actually potentially have the alternator completely replaced from where I was at Fleet Services. There's only one problem. One of the bolts snapped off when they were trying to install the alternator, and the poor guy thinks he also broke his thumb. Not his day. I really hope he's fine. If you're watching this somehow, I'm sorry that you broke your thumb. I waited for another vehicle from the AA to show up. Thankfully, it wasn't too long of a wait, and I was met by a very friendly man. Oh my goodness. And I got a tow all the way back down to Dorset, about 1.5 miles from my house, where I was dropped off at our local garage. It was a long day. I think I got home at around 8:00 p.m. and I left the house at 7 a.m. I do kind of wish that I just decided to get a tow first thing in the morning, because I probably would have been home a lot sooner, but I think that sometimes you're supposed to be in a certain place at a certain time, and I really feel like I was supposed to be in all of these places. So while it would have been nice to be home early, I'm sure that there was a reason that I was waiting at the roadside. So now we're without any cars. Our Mazda's been a write-off. Our van is in the shop. We don't know how much they're giving us for our car, but we found this Mini Countryman. I put a bid in for £500. It's up in Nottingham. Ben might drive me if I win, and it looks like... Did we just win it?
Hey.
We won it! Shit! Hey, Pete. We won it.
You want the car?
For 500 pounds.
What?
Yes. If only there was a way we could have known that this car wasn't going to start.
Nice. Awesome.
Hi, is this Adam? Hi, Adam. I want a vehicle with the John Pye auction site, and they've passed on your number as one of their preferred locksmiths. Thank you so much. That would be great. I am a tiny bit nervous because he did just remind me that it is an auction car, and sometimes they don't run. Which is something that I know. Like, obviously, I know that cars don't run, but I think we might have just had like a really good experience with the Nissan. So tomorrow might be a longer day than I thought. And it was a longer day. It was a much longer day. But hopefully not. Hopefully we're fine. We'll see. We were up bright and early for our drive to Nottingham, and to be honest, it's quite a nice drive, which is good because not a lot else went right that day. And by not a lot else, I mean somehow I managed to buy a car that wouldn't even start. Now, I gotta back up a little bit here. I knew that this was a non-starter because Adam, the locksmith, tried to turn it over for me and make sure it started before I drove up. But what I didn't know was that the engine was completely kaput. I thought that we were going to have to invest a couple £100 at a local mechanic, and I had organized to have the car towed from the John Pye auction site to the Basford garage. And then I waited for a diagnosis. And unfortunately, this car wasn't going to start and was going to cost more than the car was worth to actually fix it because the engine was completely gone. Absolutely devastating, but definitely one of the risks that you run when you buy a car sight unseen from an auction site. So I'm sure you, like myself, are wondering how much I lost. The Clubman was 650 quid inclusive of the auction fees. I had the key cut for £120. I had a tow for £30. The diesel to get up to Nottingham came in at around £70, and thankfully, Yuri the mechanic didn't charge me for his time. I did ask several times. He wouldn't take my money. I think he just felt bad for me. I did manage to get a whopping £150 cash for it from a scrapper. So, I mean, you win some, you lose some, and it looks like we're out several £100. Not my finest hour. Thankfully, our luck seemed to be turning. Just took it for a test drive. It runs really well. The only things that we were concerned about with this car is that it needed the rear brake discs done, and it needed the front, something about like the ball joints, and it had an exhaust issue that needs covering. So we were going to try and talk them down in price, but Leo has been amazing, and it's actually scheduled to go in for an MOT on Tuesday, and they're getting all of those issues sorted. So we were able to knock a bit of money off of the price, all of those problems fixed, and they're delivering it to our house in Dorset. So I'm really excited. This is a great car. Sunroof is amazing. Suspension's really good. Drives really easy. The seats are comfortable, and there's space. Well, this isn't our Mazda. I'm really happy with it, and I think Pete's gonna be happy with it too, so all good things.
I am really happy with it. It's super comfortable to drive. It's a car, it has 4 wheels. I don't know what to say. I am really happy with it. The favourite feature's probably the ride height. It's a lot higher than our old car. I fit in it, which is great. It goes uphill, which our old car didn't like going uphill. You'd have to stick it in first and like be at 6,000 RPM.
And as you can see, we live in hill country.
Yeah, and it's got cruise control, which is great for the motorways and stuff.
So this wasn't the best time for all of our cars to kick the bucket and to lose a bunch of money because we were right in the middle of build week, but job done, got a new car, and if you're interested in checking out any of our actual build videos, those are coming up next. So hit that subscribe button and we'll see you in the next video.
Hopefully with the same car.
What did you up in car?